is one full river. A couple more feet and the road will be flooded. I had quite the storm last night. Just tornado warnings until like 2 a.m. I came across a couple downed trees on the way out, but nothing big at my house, thankfully. So we're back in Wisconsin, back on a bike, and back to making some content, kind of the way that I started and intended to. I'm gonna try to do a bit more of this year. I focused so much last year on making videos that would kind of get the channel to a point where I could get back to actually enjoying riding and not just trying to pump out content as much as I could to pay the bills. So hopefully we'll see, or hopefully you'll see a few more videos like this, and I kind of just wanted to kind of fill you guys in on what's been going on, where I've been, why you haven't seen me for, the last month, I suppose, 4 weeks, and why you've kind of been seeing just old videos from my dad, and also kind of wanted to fill you in about what my sort of plan is, or what I'm thinking about planning for this summer, as far as finishing the DR and the XR builds, and as far as possibly buying a new bike. I've been talking a lot about the DRZ4S, and I know I did say that I wasn't going to buy that bike, but now I've kind of been going back and forth on that. The KTM 390 Adventure R seems like a silly bike for me not to buy, with as excited about it as I am, and as excited about it as a lot of you guys seem like you are. So I've got a bit of info on that we'll go over, but first I wanted to just kind of let you guys know why you haven't seen me for a month. And if you guys caught the short last week, you probably do know I was in Nashville, Tennessee for my brother's wedding, and just sort of to visit and for a bit of an actual vacation, which I don't know the last time I actually took one of those. That didn't involve any motorcycle type stuff anyway. And that was really kind of hard to settle into, to be honest, for me, and it was definitely hard to get ready for. I was marathon editing those videos that my dad took for us on his trip out west last fall on my old Tenere 700. And I'm really pretty happy with how those came out, and I'm excited to put them together in a full-length kind of feature film, if you will. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, I've had a couple requests for it already, and I'm hoping to get that together sometime soon. I'm also thinking I might throw together a full length of when he took his Versus 1000 out west, just so we can kind of compare and contrast a bit, since he talks so much about that bike. But anyhow, huge thanks to him for filming that all for us. If you guys have ever tried to get a ride on camera, you know that it's not quite as easy as we make it look in the videos. So huge thanks to him for that. Big congratulations to my brother and new sister-in-law, who, if you guys are unaware, I should head down there and see what that looks like. They moved out to Nashville almost a year ago now, I believe, and went through quite the ringer before getting married. They had a bit of an incident when they were moving, and his now wife's wedding dress flew out the back of the moving van along with a bunch of their belongings. And man, it's just quite the thing that they went through to get where they are, and to get us all down there and to get married. But it was such a fun trip. It was the first time that my little guy, who's 5, and our daughter, who is 2, were ever on an airplane. And it's only the, I guess, 4th or 5th time I've ever been on an airplane, and same thing with my wife, more or less. So that was a bit of an interesting endeavor to try to get 2 kids, a stroller, all of our carry-ons, and all of our not carry-ons, whatever those are, and 2 car seats into the plane and through the airport. And it was a bit stressful, but it was just such a good time, and I was so happy that we got to spend so much time with my brother and my new sister-in-law down there. We got to actually see him play on the strip in downtown Nashville. We played at Jason Aldean's rooftop bar, which was really pretty cool. And what else did we do? We stayed at a Verbo, and that was really neat. I got to sit out on a second level porch one night, listen to a train whistle and rumble in the distance, watch a lightning storm, hear the thunder, and hear owls, which are like all of my top favorite things to do at night. It's just such a cool experience and such a cool place there. I really wish we would have been able to get out and do some exploring on a motorcycle, but it was good to take that 2 weeks off, and now I'm really kind of excited to get back on bikes, and I think I kind of needed that. I've been really stressing about this whole thing nonstop for the last year, to the point where, like I mentioned a couple times before, I mean, I'm making it almost not enjoyable for myself, which is incredibly silly because I've dreamed of having this job for, just forever, and it's still just amazing to me that I can call this a job, and I want to say a huge thank you to all you guys that make this possible for me, and I really am just excited to get back to making content for you guys. So that's why we're out today. We took a carriage ride, a horse-drawn carriage ride through downtown Nashville with my brother and his new wife. So that was really kind of fun, and did a couple other fun things by the Verbo. There was like a 8-acre little kind of almost wilderness park just in the middle of the city that we explored a bit with the kids, and that was fun. So it was definitely a good trip, but also good to get back home safe and get back to riding and get back to focusing on what I'm going to do this summer. And when I bought the DR and the XR, I told you guys that the plan was basically to keep those and really any bike that I purchased or traded for or whatever for hopefully 2 years. Now I'm kind of finding that I'm finding so many other bits of content that I want to put out that I'm finding it sort of hard to get everything done on the build bikes. And I really, as much as I like working on bikes, and I think a lot of the time I'm just working on the bikes in my head, even if I'm not working on them. So again, I've just got myself so overworked, even though half the time it's just kind of mentally preparing for videos, that I'm just, I don't know, I feel like all I ever do is work on bikes now, and I want to get back to getting out and actually putting some miles on them, and definitely putting some miles on bikes like the 701 that I hardly ever ride. I bought this back when I still had the KLR because I really just always wanted to test one. If you guys aren't familiar, this has almost double the horsepower of the KLR, the XR, and the DR650, and it is just an insane motorcycle. And I've kind of gotten away from making content on it just because it's really kind of hit or miss whether the videos do well. But I think looking back at some of the old ones that I made on it, I really got to get that out of my head, and I've been trying really hard to not look at how my videos are performing until a couple weeks out. And I mean, even that sometimes doesn't make a difference or doesn't really mean anything. Sometimes videos won't do really well until almost a year later, and then they pick up. And that's why I've decided that I'm going to probably keep this around at least a bit more and try to make some content on it and try to get some miles on it, so I can actually, at the very least, get a review video out of it at a point in time where I've actually put some miles on it and feel like I'm qualified to do that review. So that will be coming. I don't know if it'll be this year or next. The DR650 and the XR650, I think I'll probably end up kind of just keeping around a little bit longer even than I had planned. The TW, I've got some content I need to make on that and get it fixed up, and then make a decision whether I want to work on that build some more with some of the Bradley Performance parts that I made a video on a while back. I really do like that bike, but it just sits around so much, and I hate to see anything sitting around. So I don't know, I guess I got to get those last few bits of content out and get the stuff that I need done to that done, so I can either I guess make a decision on whether I'm going to keep it or let it go. And then there are the other two bikes that are kind of looming. Well, I guess three if you count the Kawasaki KLE 500. Of course, that's still, as far as I'm aware, pretty up in the air as far as when we're actually going to see that. It might be years. So really, it's just the DRZ4S and the KTM 390 Adventure R. And I guess I said I was on vacation for 2 weeks straight and didn't do any motorcycle stuff, but of course I still was here and there a little bit. I was talking to a dealership, the closest KTM dealership to us, about when they were going to get some 390s in, and for the longest time I just kept telling myself that I didn't have time, but I'm the boss, and if I want a KTM 390 on the channel and to make some content for you guys, and you want that, I mean, it seems silly to put that off and wait when, I mean, the DR650 and the XR650, they've been around since basically since I was born, so they're not going anywhere. I hate to drag those builds out if I don't have to, but I mean, if I have to, I think that's just what I'm gonna have to do. I don't really want 5 motorcycles to have to look after and try to coordinate content on, but I think that might just end up what I decide to do. The DRZ4S, as much as I said that I don't think that I'm gonna buy one, I keep going back and forth on maybe it being a smart decision to, oh, there's a deer out there, to be the fool that spends, you know, almost $10,000 on a bike that's really not that much different from the previous model. But I mean, that might make for some good content, especially if not a whole lot of other people are going to make the content. You could really just pass me. You don't have to follow me. Look at that. Water is a-flowing. The DRZ4S, of course, isn't really the type of bike that I feel like fits the riding that I have in my area, but I don't know. As much as I always say that, I still always have this kind of lingering doubt in the back of my mind that maybe I didn't quite understand the DRZ400 when I owned it, and that I should give it a try again. And some of you guys totally agree with the DR650 DRZ400 comparison that I did, that the DR650 is really the right bike to have, but I don't know. That doesn't mean that I couldn't make the DRZ4S work. So I don't know. I mean, I'm certainly not in a position where I feel like I should be dropping, you know, almost 20 grand on motorcycles when I've already got some to make content on. But at the same time, if I'm not going to invest in my channel and myself now, I mean, when am I going to do it? Any business, and that's what this is today. I mean, there's really no way around it. Any business requires some amount of risk taking, and definitely requires some investment. So I guess let me know what you guys think. My biggest concern really with a lot of it is just that I won't have the time, but I mean, I've got nothing but time. I got as long as God wants me to be on this planet to get this stuff done, and I should really relax about it and just try to enjoy this amazing blessing. So I'm going to try to work on that and try to get better about that, and I think if nothing else, I need to do that for you guys, so I put out quality content, and so I wake up in the morning excited about it and not just stressed. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I hope you guys are feeling good in whatever you're on whatever path that you're on, and you're enjoying life. And if you're not, maybe slow down, reassess, and realize that things might not be quite as dire or stressful as you think they are, and just have a little faith. That's what I'm trying to do. So thanks for watching. Take care. Stay safe. Stay swanky. Get out here and enjoy this beautiful world any chance you get. If you can't do that right now, here's some more videos to check out in the meantime. Huge thanks to all you guys that use my affiliate links, and an extra special thank you to all my channel members out there. You guys are the best. Catch you on the next one.